Hey YouTube, this is my first versus battle. I'm going to be picking characters out of different comic book series. So it's going to be DC, Image, Marvel, Dark Horse, etc. And well, I'm going to give you a brief history of, some of their power sets. And you get to pick who's the winner. And I'll let you know who I think will be the winner. So let's get this started. Alright. Our first candidate is Billy Batson, aka Captain Marvel. I know some people call him Shazam. Well, remember guys, that's the thing he yells out to become the Captain Marvel. So let's begin with his history. Billy Batson was only 15 years old when he basically gained the power of Shazam. He was an arrogant, very foolish child. I mean, I'm doing with the New 52 reboot of him, so yeah. And he was bouncing through foster homes, always causing mischief and issues. However, due to certain aspects of the problems that was going on around the world, a great wizard called I think they called him Shazam, but they called him the Rock of Eternity, the Wizard of Rock of Eternity. Yeah, that's what it is. Sorry guys, this is my first versus, so bear with me here. So eventually, the wizard summons Billy, who is basically, the wizard said, yeah, you know what, you're not even worthy either. But, little Billy, he somehow convinced the wizard to give him the power to become the champion. Now, at this time, the reason why the wizard was looking for a champion is because Black Adam was released and he was causing, wreckage throughout the world. So, when he gave Billy the abilities and the powers, he said the only way you can access your powers by speaking these words, Shazam. When spoken with good intentions, after saying the magic word, Billy will be struck by a bolt of lightning, transforming him into the superhero Shazam, or Captain Marvel. A superpower being with amazing abilities that he would gain from the gods. So yeah, Shazam also stands for his abilities, but we will get to that later when we reach his ability sets. So that's his history. Now let's move on to the next. Next up, we got Thor. One of the several most powerful beings that dwell in the magical realm, Asgard. He is also the son of Odin and an earth goddess. Now, throughout all his years of battling with his father, controlling militias, armies, facing other realms, defending other realms, he has grown to be a formidable warrior. Well, also, this is kind of hand-picked because Odin wanted his son to excel him in power. So, of course, Odin was going to make sure Thor was basically the favorite, which is quite funny. Thor grew up alongside with his adoptive brother Loki, well, aka the trickster, aka the fucked up brother, who was always jealous of his, favoritism, I guess you could say. Sibling rivalry, nothing new there. However, in his 18th birthday, or I think it was his 8th birthday, one of the two, Odin had the hammer. I'm sorry guys if I say this wrong, I cannot pronounce it for the life of me. Molinar, I'm sorry if I said it wrong, you gotta correct me. And he gained it, he became super powered, I guess. Sorry guys, I'm kind of new and doing just audio recordings. Usually I speak in front of the camera, so bear with me here. So, with this hammer, he excelled in power very, very tremendously, even feared in all scares of other realms. However, he grew an affinity for Earth. He decided to help Earth and join Sir Earth Mightiest Heroes to defend it from other causes, as well as defending Asgard. So if you think about it, Thor is protecting not only Earth, he's also protecting Asgard as well as any wars Asgard has to deal with. Damn, man. A lot on your plate, don't you? Now, time to talk about their power sets. Now, Shazam, or Captain Marvel, his magical words is also the abilities he basically takes in. Now, the S is for wisdom, which is pretty amazing because with the wisdom, he's able to learn and solve almost anything. He's able to decipher, read hieroglyphics with no problem. He has a very photographic memory, and there's been at times he was able to hypnotize people to bend to his will. Damn. Like, that's that Jedi mind trick at another level. H, for the strength of Hercules. Oh, almost forgot what S meant. S is for the wisdom of Solomon. So yeah, there you go, guys. This grants, well, Hercules grants him immense superhuman strength, making him basically go toe-to-toe with Superman with fist to fist. I mean, he's able to destroy walls, bend steel, lift massive objects, etc. There's been cases when he actually broke limbs on greater heroes with super door abilities. So that tells you something right there. A, the stamina of Atlas. Now, of course, when you hear stamina, we already know this. He's in like the super extreme physical conditioning. He could take assaults from all kinds of attacks, and this guy will still be standing. He actually technically has a small healing factor in some cases when just him laying on the ground for a little while. If you let this guy breathe or just take a little rest, he's kind of halfway rejuvenated. He could keep fighting for the long run. He doesn't need to eat in the swarm. He doesn't need to sleep, or he doesn't even need to breathe. So this guy can actually take you up to the atmosphere and just ditch you there, no problem. This makes Captain Marvel super strong, super invulnerable, and this guy is insanely, I guess you could call him a tank. He is technically a living fucking tank, which is super insane, man. Super insane. Next up, we got Z again, the power of Zeus. Now, of course, you know, Thor has the power of lightning as well through his hammer. This guy actually has Zeus's bolt. He has enhanced electrical attacks, thunder attacks. He can cause thunderbolts. There's even cases when he calls storms. He has high resistance against magic, spells, electrical attacks. He is not only a tank physically, but he's a tank magically as well. And not only that, his magical lightning can also be struck down on precise targets. He can actually target with his lightning just by, you know, screaming out those magical words, Shazam! So that's kind of scary when you think about all this stuff right here, man. A, the courage of Achilles. Now, this one I guess you could call it power, but it's mostly just a minor trait, but yeah. This is basically his fighting skills, his martial arts, his bravery, his fortitude, his strength against mental attacks. Another thing that makes him a tank. So you add the stamina, you add the magical resistance, you add the Achilles. Holy fucking shit, this dude can walk through half of the DC characters, sadly. And it's amazing, like, how he doesn't get as much good fights in, because some of his villains are okay. Besides Black Adam, there's been cases when he fought Superman, but this guy's a living aspect of a tank. M, the speed of Mercury. Now, this dude has not only superhuman speed, he has also superhuman flight. And there's been even cases when he was able to break the light barrier. Basically, he's faster than light itself. So, he could catch a lot of very quick characters. Not saying he'll catch the Flash, because, you know, Flash got the Speed Force. But still, he could catch up with a lot of speed characters, speedsters. And that's another scary thing right there, because we barely see tank-like characters with immense speed. Not including Superman, but, you know, Captain Marvel could catch Superman, like, very quickly. It's proven fact. I mean, we've seen it a lot of times in different comics. Okay, Thor, you're up. Let's go. Like all Asgardians, Thor has an incredibly long lifespan, and his natural abilities to take normal hits and normal damage is insanely powerful. So basically, right off the bat, thanks to his bloodline, he is a tank. Or I guess you could call him a Viking berserker, because that's basically what he is. He's physically competitive. This dude is... It's kind of sad when his bloodline makes him a tank. So we already have invulnerability to physical attacks, some invulnerabilities to magical attacks, as sword attacks.
We've seen this a lot. and his stamina is insanely high. He has super resistance against physical injuries unless you can actually beat him down. Like, you literally have to beat him down. This guy took punches from the Hawk, and he just stood up as though it was a regular punch. Not only that, he's able to regenerate portions of his body. I'm not going to say like massively like, oh, I lost the arm and comes back. No. He could take like a hole in the chest, not too big though, and he can recover from it. He has an insane healing factor, which tells you something about that. Now, the true aspect of his strength is his hammer. The more in it. Sorry guys if I keep saying the hammer wrong. Now, this hammer not only gives him superhuman speed, agility, reflexes, it also enables him to deflect bullets and deflect projectiles. Not only that, it's really insane that with this hammer, he can actually manipulate and control weather. Now, I'm not going to say like he control all aspects of weather, but he can cause thunderstorms. He can manipulate thunder itself. So it's not magical attacks. He's actually using the natural abilities of lightning against you. So it's like having Storm from the X-Men in a hammer format, I guess you could say. This hammer also has, I guess you could say, a boomerang effect. If he were to lose his hammer or throw his hammer, he can retract it back telepathically because the hammer is bound to him. It's one of those special things about the hammer. And we're not going to include that his hand-to-hand combat is super insanely high because we seen him fight without his hammer. We seen him fight with an axe, a sword, a shield. I guess we could say he's a very weaponized person. He's a weapons expert in some form. Now, the thing about Thor's hammer is that like it does have its flaws. There's been some comics when like if Thor's hammer were to get destroyed or were to get taken from him, he would lose a tremendous amount of his abilities. But that's not the case because we don't need to worry about this. Well, if this was who would pick up the hammer first, of course, that would be a whole different thing. But this is a fight to fight. So yeah. So the hammer not only produces lightning, it also produces weather control. It can rejuvenate itself at some point. So if the hammer gets damaged, he can't recover it. Telepathic abilities to allow it to basically come to him at will. Not only that, it can actually absorb lightning. There's been cases when he used the hammer to take someone else's lightning attacks, and he just absorbed it and shot it back. So this tells you a lot of stuff about his physical conditioning and his hammer conditioning. And Thor does not necessarily have spells underneath his belt, unlike Captain Marvel, who has vast knowledge and most of his stuff is magical, while Thor's is physical. So let's see. We have Thor and Captain Marvel. Two, I guess you could call them lightning gods. Both inhabit their powers or some of their abilities from a godlike character. And two immense tanks. Damn. So, question is, who do you think will win? How do you think the fight will go down? And let me know in the comments down below, or the Facebook group that I usually post up on. Hi guys, let me know in the comments how you think this fight will go down. If I did this video okay, sorry guys, this is my first time doing audio recording. I probably will do more when I feel more comfortable. I'll practice in the background and stuff. But I think personally, since both of these guys are my favorite characters, they both use lightning and etc., I will have to go with Captain Marvel. Because there's times when he looked like he was down and out, and he could always make a comeback. That's the thing though. Thor goes in headstrong. Captain Marvel got that vast knowledge. That's the only thing that piqued my interest, that separated the whole fight. Is that knowledge is power. And Captain Marvel has that knowledge. Thor has warmonger knowledge. So the person who can outthink the other person in chess is the victor. And that's my verdict. I think Captain Marvel will win this fight. It won't be an easy win, but it will be a win for him. But if you disagree with me, let me know. I'll see y'all in the next versus video.